Liverpool, are they in this moment, at this point, do you consider them the favorites to win the whole thing?
I think it depends on the health of Manchester City. A full-strength Manchester City team, a Kevin De Bruyne that comes back healthy from hopefully what is a knock and not an injury that keeps him out longer, a Kyle Walker that is focused, a full-strength Manchester City team, they are the favorites to win. Liverpool is a close second. But Liverpool do have depth, and because of that, they maintain just strength on all fronts. And I think depth, should De Bruyne be injured or sidelined for anything that impacts one or two legs, then Liverpool are the favorites. But City overall and ultimately are just too good. And the match on Sunday, that tipped my opinion in a way I didn't think was possible, because prior to that, I'd been singing Liverpool's praises. But Kevin De Bruyne, him and Kareem the Dream, they've established themselves alongside Luka Modric on his day. But those three, what they're doing for their teams, they are scary good in Europe.
Well, you said 2 out of those 3 is Real Madrid players now. So I wonder how much, James Benge, you give Real Madrid against Man City, given, by the way, not just the squads themselves, but the level of hardship that Man City still has to go through, FA Cup, whatever, and trying to get that title.
Yeah, so I both agree with Mike and disagree. What I agree with is that if we assume that Man City reached the final and we assume full health on City's behalf, I do make them slight favourites. But I think kind of when you kind of look at it now, and it, you know, if I were a betting man, the reality is you kind of say it's 60-40 or 65-35 that City beat Real Madrid, and it's a lot stronger. It's 95-5. Well, maybe 90-10 that Liverpool beat Villarreal. So you kind of make Liverpool favourites for that reason. I think Real Madrid have, you know, again, you look at the numbers, 7 of their 8 goals in the Champions League scored by Benzema, more than half their XG. And you kind of think, well, you could just stop him, but you can't. He's playing so well that there is no way of stopping him. It was a privilege watching him at Stamford Bridge, because he was always positioned in the most difficult position for the defenders to know whose responsibility is it. Jorginho was like, you would watch him every minute. He was going, oh gosh, I know that might not work well in audio, but just staring over his shoulder.
We can imagine he's looking around, and that's courtesy of Luka Modric as well, obviously finding Kareem Benzema as well. Here's my thought: over 40% of the goals that Chelsea conceded in the Champions League were courtesy of Kareem Benzema. I don't think when they face Man City, let's say in the narrative, just for the sake of a hypothetical story here, if Chelsea, they were 3-0 up, right? 3-0 up. If Man City are 3-0 up in a game, they're not really going to give you the chance to do anything. I don't care who you are. So it will be a tougher thing. I still think it's a Man City-Liverpool Champions League final. The romantic in me wants Villarreal to keep going, but I agree with James Benge, it's too tough. So, Michael, would you say, if I had to ask you right now, what's your final?
I think we've talked about it ad nauseum. I think it's going to be Liverpool, Manchester City. Get Kevin De Bruyne to the specialist that Pep loves to create medical miracles to in Barcelona. Make sure everyone is fit. And another player that we've mentioned very little of, if he's healthy, that's another X factor for City, Ruben Dias. If he can get healthy, that brings strength and solidarity to City's back line. And a Ruben Dias going up against a Kareem Benzema, Aymeric Laporte. I like that back line and that center back duo going up against Madrid. And Pep, just tactical masterclass. He will not let what happened with Madrid from past rounds happen again against Manchester City.
Yeah, when he overthought it. James Benge, your final, I take it, Man City, Liverpool?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think, everybody? Everybody watching, thank you for joining in just now. Like, subscribe to this channel. What's your final? What do you think? Do you give Villarreal a chance? Media Center. Man, I'm calling it now. Villarreal are going to beat Liverpool. Media Center, hold up a second. I'm going to take a screenshot right here. I want to call it out if you're wrong, my friend, okay? All right, so I'm going to call it out, all right? But if you do, I'll make sure to show you this right now. Des Norris can maybe take a cut. But what do you think, everybody? What's your Champions League final? All right, but we have it right now. Man City against Real Madrid. Liverpool against Villarreal. The Premier League against La Liga. Arguably the 2 strongest leagues in Europe, James Benge?
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? I think
the Premier League for sure.
Yeah, of course, exactly. La Liga, you kind of the narrative has been around declining quality, and I mean, I think they might be the strongest league, just because then when you start going through it in your head, you go, I don't think so. I mean, Serie A is the other one that would have a case, but Inter Milan
right now they don't have a case from a European perspective.
Exactly,
League A doesn't, obviously. Neither does the Bundesliga. It's too top heavy. The Premier League will always be part of it. It's obviously economics as well, but La Liga, it could be, they are. Villarreal are the defending champions in Europa League. They are.
What about Liga NOS? Like, I mean, maybe I genuinely, I think it's probably now a more competitive league than Liga, and it's provided us with more Champions League quarterfinals. The Portuguese league,
100%. The Portuguese league now that really deserves a mention as well. Michael Lahoud, La Liga, Premier League, the top two leagues in Europe.
I would say yes, and you can thank the January transfer window for that for La Liga. You really can.
Well, Goldman Sachs, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You look at what's happened since January. At the start of the season, we mourned La Liga with the passing of Sergio Ramos, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, since gone. And we thought, what was going to happen to this league? Is it going to be a Real Madrid world? What type of Atletico Madrid were we going to see? And since January, the top teams in Spain, the fact that Barcelona has gotten better. I think Barcelona has made all the other teams, it's kept them accountable, and it's made the league better. It's provided competition in La Liga in ways that Madrid didn't have before. And Villarreal, Unai Emery, they are a competition-tested team. So many of the same players that won the Europa League are still part of that core that are in the Champions League semifinals. Consistency, you've seen it with Madrid. There's a core group that have won Champions League that are still there. You have a Champions League winning manager, Carlo Ancelotti, and now you're seeing that in the Villarreal DNA, that they're tested and they're a group, they're a unit. So I think what's happening with England and Spain is, it's in the blueprint what's happening in the Champions League.